I don't know if it is my destiny that attracts madness, or maybe I am just unlucky. But my life always turns into one kind of drama. I have been through heartbreak, betrayal, even disgrace. But this one passed everything. When I first met my mother-in-law, honestly, I thought I had won in life. Because let's be real, most times, mothers don't like their sons' girlfriends. They will smile in your face, but behind closed doors, they will be warning their son, be careful of that girl, oh, she just wants your money. But this woman, she was different. From the very first day my boyfriend introduced me, she hugged me tight, like I was already family. She started calling me my daughter immediately. She would check up on me more than her own son. If I didn't pick up, she would call again and again until I answered. And the way she treated me, small things at first. When I visited, she would pack extra foodstuffs for me to take home. Tomatoes, plantain, even rice. If I admired something in her house, maybe a necklace or a handbag, the next week she would dash it to me. I was thinking, wow, jackpot. A mother-in-law that actually loves me. You know how it feels when you are in love with someone and the family also accepts you. I used to tell my friends, Chalet, I don't even need to pray. This relationship is already blessed. His mother loves me like her own. But let me tell you something about life. When something feels too good to be true, sometimes it is because danger is hiding inside. I didn't know I was walking straight into fire. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope you are doing amazing today. If you are new here, I'm Vera, but you can call me V. And I share real life stories that will shock you, break your heart, inspire you, and sometimes make you laugh. And so if it's something you love, please subscribe and like this video, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Today's shout out goes to Priscilla Frakuma AJ7867, Khadija Bajaha W5H, and Lizzie Nails Bar. They were the first people to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babes. I love you. And without any further delay, let's continue the story. At first, it was harmless, just small things here and there. A tuber of yam, a little perfume, slippers. I thought it was normal motherly love. But slowly, the gift started growing wings. One day, I was on my way to work and she called me out of the blue. She asked, "Have you eaten?" I laughed and said, "Mommy, I am fine, don't worry." Before I could even reach the bus stop, Momo alert entered my phone. 200 cedis, just like that. Another time, I mentioned that my phone screen was cracked. I was only complaining, not asking. The next week, she showed up with a brand new phone. And the funny thing, my boyfriend didn't even question it. He thought his mother was just being generous. In his mind, she was just showing love to his girlfriend. He even joked, "My mom likes you more than me, safe." But me, deep down, my spirit started warning me because she wasn't just giving me things like a mother would. No. The way she would look into my eyes when handing me the money, the way she would hold my hand too long when giving me something, it was different. And the money kept increasing from small Momo alerts to bigger ones, from foodstuffs to appliances. Before I knew it, she was the one paying for my hair, my nails, even contributing when I complained about rent. At first, I told myself, don't overthink. Maybe she's just very kind. But another part of me was whispering, this woman has an agenda. Because honestly, when your boyfriend's mom starts acting like your actual sponsor, is that normal? That is when things started turning from sweet to weird. You know when someone's kindness begins to feel like something else entirely? That was how it started with her. At first, it was small touches. She would brush my arm whenever she passed me in the kitchen. If I was sitting on the couch, she would squeeze herself right next to me, even though there was plenty of space. Sometimes, when she hugged me, she would hold on a little too long, her hand resting on my back in a way that didn't feel motherly. Then came the compliments. She started admiring my body openly. She would say things like, "Hey, see your hips. You know you were a very beautiful girl, right? If you were my age, trouble." I used to laugh it off awkwardly, but deep down, my chest would tighten. One time, it went too far. We were all in the living room, me, her, and my boyfriend. Out of nowhere, she said, "If my son doesn't marry you, I will." Everybody laughed. My boyfriend brushed it off as one of her jokes. But me, the way she looked at me when she said it, her eyes didn't look like a joke. It looked serious. It looked hungry. From then on, I couldn't shake the feeling. I started to notice the way she watched me whenever I bent down to pick something, or how she would ask questions about my body. So, how do you keep your skin so smooth? Do you wax? Do you shave? Things a mother-in-law should not be asking her son's girlfriend. I tried to tell myself I was overthinking, but my spirit kept shouting, "This woman is crossing boundaries." And the worst part, my boyfriend didn't see anything. He was blind to it all. To him, his mom was just being playful. To me, it was the beginning of something dangerous. Then, out of nowhere, my boyfriend started changing. You know, when someone you love just begins to act brand new, that is how it was. The calls that used to come morning, afternoon, night suddenly reduced. Sometimes I would wait the whole day without hearing from him. And when I called, he would pick and say, "I'm busy, I'll call you back." But the call back never came. When we met up, it wasn't the same. The warmth was gone. No long conversations, no random jokes, no holding hands like before. Instead, it was cold, distracted, like his mind was somewhere else. And when I asked him, "Babe, what is going on? Did I do something wrong?" He would brush me off saying, "You are overthinking. Stop creating problems that are not there." But my heart knew. My spirit was restless. I could feel it. Something wasn't ordinary. Then I started hearing whispers about a girl in his church. At first, I didn't pay attention, but the way he suddenly became extra committed to all night prayers, Bible studies, and church rehearsals, my eyes opened, because this was the same man that used to complain church was too long. Now, all of a sudden, is the pastor's assistant, please. And when I pressed him, he flipped it on me. He said I was insecure, that I was imagining things, that I didn't want him to serve God. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about God. It was about a girl. One evening, everything became clear. I was at his house waiting for him to come back from church. He had left his phone in the living room charging. Suddenly, it started ringing. I looked and saw mommy flashing on the screen. Normally, I wouldn't touch it, but the call just kept coming. I didn't pick, I just let it ring. Later, when he came home, he saw the missed calls and quickly went outside to return it. Something in my spirit said, "Follow him quietly." So I tiptoed to the corridor, and that is when I heard it. He was arguing with his mom. His voice was low but angry. "Mommy, stop this. Why are you like this? Why are you trying to control me? She's my girlfriend. I love her." My heart froze. I pressed my ear closer to the door. Then I heard a voice loud and clear through the speaker. "Leave that girl alone. She's not good for you. Hannah is better for you." My knees almost gave way. Hey, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. That was the moment my whole world shifted. The woman I had trusted, the woman I thought was treating me like a daughter, was actually the one behind everything. She was the reason my boyfriend had been pulling away. She was the reason another girl from his church had entered the picture. All this time, I thought maybe it was temptation. Maybe he was just distracted. But no, his own mother was the mastermind. Imagine your boyfriend's own mother, the person that should be praying for your relationship, supporting your happiness, even guiding you, turning herself into the devil in your story, sabotaging everything. But I didn't understand why. She had acted like she liked me. When I pieced it all together, my chest nearly burst. All the dots started connecting. The sudden distance from my boyfriend, the mysterious church girl that came out of nowhere, the way his mother used to smile whenever I complained about him. She was behind it all. She was the one whispering in his ear, telling him to focus on church and spend more time with that girl. She deliberately pushed him away from me. I sat down and replayed everything in my head. The gifts, the way she touched me, the comments about my body. That one time she said, "If my son doesn't marry you, I will." Suddenly, it all made sense. What if this woman wanted me for herself? I told myself I was just overthinking. That was too crazy to even think about. And then one day, she made a move. It was a Friday night. I was at home scrolling my phone when I heard a knock. I wasn't expecting anybody. When I opened the door, it was her, standing there with a small bag, acting like she had just come from somewhere. She smiled and said, "My daughter, can I sit for a while? I just needed someone to talk to. I feel so lonely these days. My son is always busy." Of course, I let her in. I mean, what was I supposed to say? This was my boyfriend's mother. She sat on my couch, removed her shoes, and started complaining about life. How her son was ungrateful, how the world was wicked. I just sat there nodding, trying to comfort her. But then her tone changed. She shifted closer. She held my hand, rubbing her thumb over it slowly, like a lover would. She looked into my eyes and said, "At least you appreciate me. You see me." My whole body froze. I laughed nervously, trying to pull my hand back, but she held on tighter. Then she leaned forward, her hand sliding from my palm up to my arm, then resting on my thigh. I jumped up immediately. "Mommy, what are you doing?" I asked. She just smiled. "Don't be scared. I would take care of you better than my son ever could." What? My mind blanked. My boyfriend's mother sitting in my house, catching me, telling me she would take care of me. It was like a nightmare. I pushed the hand away, moved to the other side of the room. I told her to stop, that she was crossing boundaries. She only looked at me with that same strange hunger in her eyes. I didn't even know what to do. Part of me wanted to scream. Part of me just wanted to run. But I froze. She stood up, walked slowly towards me and said, "Don't be afraid. You don't need my son. I can give you everything you want." I shouted, "Mommy, stop." My voice was shaking, but she just laughed. Laughed, like I was a small child throwing tantrums. She kept trying to touch and kiss me. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore and asked her to leave. I managed to grab her bag and told her to leave. I said, "This is wrong. You can't do this." She just looked me up and down, smiled and said, "One day you will understand. And when you do, I will be here." Then she picked her shoes, walked out of my house like nothing had happened. I sat there shaking, my hands cold, my mind was racing. This woman had just tried to seduce me, her son's girlfriend, and she had the boldness to live like she had done nothing wrong. Since that night she came to my house, I have been boiling. My body has not rested. I couldn't tell my boyfriend. Like, how do you even start that conversation? Your mom tried to sleep with me. He might not even believe me. He might even flip it and accuse me of lying on his mother. So I kept quiet. But keeping quiet didn't stop the pain. Instead, I started watching him slip further and further away from me. And the name I kept hearing was Hannah, the church girl. They were always on the phone, laughing like teenagers. Sometimes he would step outside just to take a call. One day we were even together and she showed up innocently to return one of his church books. The way she looked at him, the way she smiled at him. I saw it with my own eyes. This Hannah girl wanted my man. And the worst part, she wasn't even hiding it. She was making it clear she wants my man. She kept standing too close, laughing unnecessarily at his jokes, and acting like I was not there. She also kept talking about his mom, how nice she was, and how she has been giving her pressure to make my man laugh coming to church more. I guess she was making it clear to me that his mom prefers her. I couldn't take it anymore. I decided to go and see his mother. My plan was simple: to beg her, to talk to her as a daughter, to ask her to stop pushing Hannah into his life, to remind her that I truly loved her son. When I got there, I poured out my heart. I told her I had noticed how he was changing, how he barely called me anymore, how Anna was always around. I told her I felt like I was losing him. Do you know what this woman did? Instead of comforting me, instead of assuring me that she would talk to him, she made a move again. Oh, she stood up, came close and said, "My dear, open your eyes. Can't you see? You are losing him because you are not meant to be with him. You are meant to be with me." My whole body went cold. She put her hand on my face, stroked my cheek like a lover, and whispered, Hannah is nothing. I only put her there so it can forget you because you are mine. That was the moment it all clicked. She wasn't just sabotaging me by accident. She was orchestrating everything. She was the reason Hannah was in a picture. She was the one pushing her son away, all because she wanted me for herself. I pulled away from her, shaking with anger. I left her house that day ready to explode. I wanted to march straight to my boyfriend and tell him everything. How his mother has been scheming, how she touched me, how she planted Hannah just to destroy us. But then the fear came. What if he doesn't believe me? What if he thinks I am lying to spoil his mother's name? What if I become the reason for a rift between mother and son? Will he ever look at me the same way again? At the same time, I can't keep quiet anymore. The anger is burning me alive. Every day I see Hannah, I feel like slapping her. Every time I see him smiling at his mom, I feel like screaming. Do you even know what this woman is doing to us? And yet, I don't want to lose him. He's a good man. Apart from this madness, he has treated me well. He has loved me. He has supported me. Do I just let his mother win? Do I hand him over to Hannah without a fight? My chest is on fire. So here I am, stuck in the worst mess of my life. My boyfriend's mom is destroying my relationship. And now she boldly confessed that she's the one orchestrating everything, pushing Hannah into his life so she can clear the road and have me all to herself. I want to tell him. I want to expose her. But what if it backfires? What if he doesn't believe me? What if I become the enemy? I also don't want to lose him. He's a good man and I've invested so much in his relationship. So what do? Should I tell him the truth and risk everything? Or should I keep quiet, fight Hannah in silence, and pray one day this woman will finally choke on her own evil? Because right now, I feel like I am hanging on by a thread. And if I make one wrong move, I will lose him forever. Babe, this your story, eh? A mother going after her son's girlfriend. Who does that? This is a full-blown abomination. If you have any advice for her, please leave it down below. She needs advice on what to do. Now, babe, let me tell you my own. First of all, please forget there is a good man talk. A good man that is letting another woman take your place. Babe, it may be good in some ways, but he's also hurting you here. If he loves you, why is he entertaining another woman? As for his mother, run, babe, run. That woman is dangerous, so because who does that? Any woman that can boldly sabotage her own son's happiness just to satisfy her madness is not somebody you fight with. She's somebody you stay away from. You cannot win this battle, babe. Even if you expose her, it can backfire. People will call you names. They might even say you were the one who tempted her. And at the end of the day, your boyfriend may even choose his mother over you. So, babe, if you want peace, please choose yourself. Forget both of them. Life is simple. Love is supposed to be simple, but this is just too much. Forget the man, forget the family. Just save your sanity. I know it will hurt leaving the man you love, but babe, staying is going to hurt you more. Babe, you deserve love. That is simple, because this one, dear, it is too much. Let Anna take him, okay? Let the mother keep her madness. You pack your dignity and move. Take care of yourself, babe, and I'm wishing you all the best. Remember to also leave your advice and opinions down below. And Abi, you know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to her in the comment section. Please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye!